Oh no, now there's two of them. This is getting out of hand. If I stop running, I'm actually gonna die. Yeah, that's me. You might be wondering how I got into this mess. Nomad's Elegy. Let's get started. Nomad's Elegy is the 6th age follow-up to his quest, Nomad's Requiem. Nomad's Requiem is famous for having the most difficult quest boss fight in the game at time of release, even if he's a bit of a pushover post the EOC update. In Nomad's Elegy, he's seriously leveled up though. I did this on my main a few years ago with max combat stats, overloads and Drygores, and I still died more than once. So doing this on an account without literally any of those things? Problematic. Still, it's a bridge I need to cross on my road to the quest gate. We start with Zimbafizz the Imp. He's noticed something suspicious. Nomad's back. I mean, I know. This isn't news, Zimbafizz. He chucked a spear at me like 15 minutes ago. Get with the program. Boom! Oh well, there goes the Hardcore Ironman. Good thing I have friends in high places. Right. Nomad's gone insane. I know, it caught me by surprise too. Where were the signs? But it is what it is. He's decided to make a new god called Gilanor, using the twisted souls of the dead to replace Guthix. Apparently, this is bad, so we're going to stop him. That means it's my job to go recruit some of the souls of my dead friends to help me out, starting with Zanuck, who, surprise, is dead now, and stuck in a personal Bandosian purgatory where she watches her cave goblin friends endlessly get murdered. Sad times, I know. I have to fend off several waves of enemies who try to kill these sweet, innocent cave goblin kids. Good God, these kids are fragile. Why are there so many dead cave goblins anyway? Is there something we don't know about cave goblin infant mortality rates? Ah, these guys are like homing beacons for the kids. They're so intent on killing them. Alright, I managed to save 6 of them. Hopefully that's enough. Turns out 6 is the magic number of kids to break Zanuck out, and now she's on site to help versus Nomad. Zanuck alone is not enough though. Unsurprising, I mean, look at her. She hits like 200s. No, I need more allies and hopefully ones that are actually useful in a fight. Oh, sweet Bran, my husband. Sorry about how things worked out earlier, you know, with the fish dinosaurs eating you and stuff. That was rough. A poem? For me? That's lovely. In the underworld, illuminated by ghostlight, breathless memories dance betwixt death's heartless embrace. In restless tomorrow I find endless longing for delicious cake. Bran, that fucking sucks. What are you doing with your life? I save Xenia, good old Hazelmere, and Jessica from the Void Dance series, who I'd actually forgotten existed. Then I watch Bran get his soul eaten by Nomad. Bran really can't catch a break, can he? First the fish monsters, now this, and now we know that Nomad's truly lost. Only a real monster would deprive the world of such a poet. Next up, it's time to casually torture this guy for intel on Nomad. I have to reduce his willpower down low enough for him to crack whilst not driving him completely insane. A tough ask, as I'm pretty confident he's completely insane already. Charm him. Okay, spamming the charm option has hit diminishing returns. What about soothing him? Oh yeah, that worked. I don't like the way my screen goes dark every time I soothe him. What is my character doing to this guy off camera that they can't show? I don't get it. This guy has cracked, he's blabbing into like there's no tomorrow, but I just can't finish the dialogue. It endlessly loops. I am so confused. If anyone's losing their sanity here, it's me. Okay, turns out the solution was quitting the dialogue and then just instantly re-entering it. Didn't find out in the quest guide. Then I build a big battering ram. Then I defend a big battering ram. Then the big battering ram batters the big gates. Would you look at that, it's a mutant Guthix. It's so ugly. Nomad's leveled up since last time, but he never considered someone would turn up with an entire inventory of Sarah Brews. Oh look, that's tick perfect. I am taking so much damage from these 2 Nomad clones. This is insane. And this leads us back to where we started. My current plan? Running around the arena while some weapon poison slowly kills the 2 Nomads. Look, it's not honourable, but you do what you have to do. Oh no, I run out of run energy. I'm not proud, but Nomad is finally down. Oh, that is badass. I get to choose whether or not to spare Nomad, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because Sliske Deus Exes in and steals Nomad away for his growing collection of whites. Until next time, Nomad. Nomad's elegy is finally over, And I get some good rewards, including the Urn Enhancer, which is an invention item that makes urns give about 25% more XP. It's probably always worth using if I'm already using urns. More generally, this was by miles my toughest quest. Not even close. The boss fight with Nomad was absolutely too hard for me to do without cheesing it. I'm not the best PVMer by far, so I could probably have done better with the mechanics, but it makes me wary of the boss fight in Splitska's endgame, which is also really hard, and I think much more difficult to cheese. Up to now, I viewed overloads as a requirement for bossing and maybe high-end Slayer, but I might need to fast forward that estimation. Just like this one, Splitska's endgame is not a safe death, and it's entirely possible I simply can't do it safely with my current setup, but we'll see. I've been going to Anachronia during the Osseous Raw just to do some big game hunter. You get bonus XP plus better drop chances whilst the Raw buff is active, so it just seems smart. I haven't been showing it on video because it's kind of boring and I probably won't show this either unless I actually get a drop. I'm looking right now for a Dragonmatic specifically because I need it for archaeology, but you can also get totem pieces as well as the dinosaur rib and the pelt required to fully upgrade your base camp from these guys. You can even get a piece of the Pterosaur Maul. It's weird. It's like, why would these guys even have Madics? What are they doing with them? Oh, that's a Matic. That's a Matic piece. I mean, it's not a piece. It's just a Matic. It's just the whole Matic. Sorry, I am like fucking rambling. This is awesome. That is so good. What is my kill count? Madics are like a 1 in 100 drop and I barely killed 20 of these. I have killed 18 big game hunter dinosaurs. There's about a 16% chance of getting a Matic drop in 18 kills or fewer, so it's not like absolutely crazy, but it's still really, really good. I still need one more eventually once I hit 99, but for now this is fantastic. If you're wondering why I'm so excited about this drop, it's because you can turn the Dragon Matic into an Incamdomatic. This is done with the help of Thurgo, that same dwarf who helps you when you're just a noob with a Knight Sword quest. The Incamdomatic is tier 90, on par with the smithable Elder Runematic, but where it really shines is that it can be augmented, making it strictly better when training archaeology, and it lets you train a little invention at the same time. Also, if I get a second Dragon Matic, I can upgrade this one into the Matic of Space and Time once I hit level 99, which would be my endgame tool if I decide to go for 120. Time to shove red berry pies into Thurgo's fat, pie-loving face until he tells me his secrets. And boom, it is made. My best Matic until I get the skill cape. This is great. Iron Man luck all the way. Next up in the Return of the Gods questline is Hero's Welcome. So I wanted to do that next, but it turns out I can't because I haven't mastered Barbarian Skilling yet. So instead I'm here outside Otto's shack, ready to get taught some dead content. Teach me your ways, Otto. Teach me your shitty, inefficient ways. This is like my 5th time coming back to Otto. I keep forgetting stuff. It's my last charge on the Game Snacklist too, so I really hope I have everything this time. It's a shame the Spear and Hasta Forging never got updated with the mining and smithing update, but currently this is just the deadest of dead content. It's like fossilized content, and I resent Hero's Welcome for the act of necromancy and making me do this. And that's it, I'm done. I've mastered Barbarian Skilling. Yeah, fuck you too, Otto. We're hitting some of the juicier lore here, so I'm going to try to do the next few quests justice. In Hero's Welcome we meet a new god, V. Originally a Fremnik who discovered Runescence, and by extension basically discovered all of magic, he's finally coming back home, and we have to throw him a party. Unfortunately, the Moon Clan and Relica are arguing again, surprise surprise, this time about the best way to honor him. So we have to go find out everything there is to know about V so we can plan him the perfect surprise bash. Why is Alfred so much less graphically updated than his Moon Clan counterpart? It's a little awkward. Turns out V is actually pretty awesome. Basically a straight up hero. He doesn't really view himself as a god, just a super powerful mortal, and he wants to be treated as such. He was also never forced to leave by Gothics either. He just chose to after the God Wars ended, because he didn't think his people needed protecting anymore. Now I have all the information I can go back to. Oops, accidentally misclicked and murdered this poor guy. Yeah, let's pretend we didn't see that, and now I can speak to these two and plan the party. Unfortunately, despite our best efforts, the reunion goes awry when V accidentally teleports in some weird sentient meat cubes, claims he's tired, and then teleports off. Afterwards, we get absolutely trolleyed and wake up next to some chickens. All in good fun. Turns out there's problems for our returning V, whose divine power is leaking out everywhere and causing a mess. Look at it leaking all over this poor fisherman. Anyway, we help V clean it up, but he's still weak and getting weaker every second. Then the dragon can turn up and blast him with their magic stick. He could be okay. Probably not okay. Definitely not okay. Then the dragonkin have a really confusing conversation that, even after doing this quest for the second time, I still don't fully understand. We solve a map that takes us back to the dragonkin hideout, kill a dragon, kill another dragon, watch this guy Tarshak bitch slap a bunch of other dragonkin and escape, cunningly infiltrate the dragonkin lair by just running behind this guy? Really? He doesn't even turn around to check as we sprint up behind him? Solve a classic box puzzle. Heroically don't save a white knight being interrogated by someone who optimistically thinks a random white knight knows Saradomin's weaknesses. And steal a secret dragonkin charm that will stop us getting one hit and losing our hardcore account later in this episode. The abridged lore here is that there's actually two dragonkin clans, the Dactyl and the Necrosiths. The Dactyl are scientific and analytical, whilst the Necrosiths have fully given in to the Stone of Jas's curse, becoming warlike and brutal. In this quest, 3 of the Necrosiths have captured Tarshak, a Dactyl, and used him as some sort of catalyst when killing V with something they called the Mirror. Except Tarshak isn't dead, instead he seems to have become incredibly strong. Also, he's mutating? I know, it's weird. I don't really understand it either, and I have the wiki article on this quest open on my other monitor right now. So I have no idea how anyone watching this video is supposed to know what the flying fuck is going on. Anyway, we hunt down Tarshak to the lair of another dragonkin, Phalax, creator of the KBD, where Tarshak is trying to get help with whatever the hell is happening to him. Instead, Phalax sucker punches him with a Bane dart before getting smacked into a wall. We fight a rapidly mutating Tarshak, who escapes, again, so we have to corner him in his former lab in Brimhaven, where he is, yeah, not looking great there, buddy. We have another boss fight that mostly involves me running around in circles waiting for the boss to die, except this time, I'm pretty sure it's an intended mechanic. Eventually, Tarshak bites the dust, just in time for all the other dragonkin to show up. Naturally, the different dragonkin factions start fighting and we slip off unnoticed. All that's left is to go back to Relica, tell them V's avenged, and quest complete. If you're confused as hell about what happened in this quest, join the club. Why was V losing his energy? Why was Tarshak mutating? What's the weird stick thing they called the Mirror? Don't worry, I got your back. I checked the wiki, and I'm here to tell you that I still don't know why V was losing his energy. I think Tarshak was mutating because he was too powerful? He'd somehow eaten V's god energy? Something like that. And the Mirror is an Elder artifact which was used to channel V's energy into Tarshak, and we'll see it again in future quests. Shame about V dying. He seemed a stand-up guy. Bouncing straight into the next quest, no time wasting here, Children of Ma, and it's a big one. Time to help our buddy Karshai, one of the more mellow Margaret, who has alarming news. 1, the Margaret are losing their power, so it's time for another ritual. 2, he thinks he's going to be sacrificed because he has no friends. Aww, Karshai, we're your friend. We head up to the ritual site to advocate on Karshai's behalf. For those paying attention, this is an unusual ritual, because normally they occur once a century or so, but it's only been a couple of months, so something is definitely going on here. Zemragul, again, acts like a dipshit because it's all he knows, okay? Then Zaros turns up and makes an offer. Conduct one more ritual on the home of the Freneske that will permanently empower the remaining Margaret. He also slaps down Zemragul, which I always have time for. This seems like a sweet deal, when the alternative is the remaining Margaret killing each other over the next 12 months. But some of them still need convincing, because they're still angry about the whole Zamorak vs Zaros fight centuries ago. So instead, Karshai sends us back into his own memories to remember that fateful day. It's not clear why or how this helps anyone make up their mind, but we get a cool cutscene, so I'm not complaining. Zamorak backhanding that weird demon thing is actually pretty awesome. Akthankos then says what we're all thinking. This was a waste of time. But then Zamorak himself decides to appear. He offers to show us one last memory, the actual events of his fight versus Zaros. Unfortunately, whilst great for the players to gain insight into the lore, this memory also has no bearing on the actual problem at hand. It's almost like all this memory sharing was a veiled attempt at exposition from the devs. Anyway, eventually between trusting Zaros or literally all dying, the Margaret choose Zaros and take the trip to Runescape. Runescape hasn't become any less metal since the last time we were here, so obviously, to get to the ritual site, we need to surf a rock down a river of lava. The game says it's a dangerous event. The wiki says it's a safe death. One of them is wrong, and let's hope I don't find out which. Oof, the input lag is so high. The hitbox is so unreliable. It's almost as clunky as the Dishonor Amongst Thieves quest, but not quite. Turn right! Turn right! Left! 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 What even am I doing? There's no more lava. Deus Ex Seren to the rescue. Now to the main challenge of the quest. Zaros reveals the cause of the Margaret's sudden decrease in power. Ma, their creator, is pulling the power into herself. Zaros' plan? It's simple. Kill the Elder God. Sacrificing Ma in this final ritual will fully empower the remaining Margaret, along with Seren and himself, and we have to enter Ma's mind to prevent her causing problems as the ritual drains her energy. Seren, conflicted, helps us enter Ma's mind and calm her fears. This results in a tricky, if at least relatively safe, minigame where we have to prevent shadows reaching Ma's core and waking her up. Finally, the ritual is complete, and Seren, seeing Ma in her comatose state, takes pity and puts her out of her misery. I hope you realise that's illegal in most European countries, Seren. There's a lot of juicy lore reveals and exposition that I've skipped over here, so I'll quickly catch you up on what you missed. Firstly, you discover Zaros' divine gift, or curse as he defines it. Anyone in his presence, except us due to Guthix's intervention, feels a divine pull to be loyal, which is why Zaros was so often absent. He wants to make sure the loyalty he receives is earned, and not the result of his divine power. Secondly, Zamorak finally has a throwdown with Zaros. Loses because he's useless and can't even beat Saradomin, but then does at least do something selfless, offering to sacrifice himself for the remaining Margaret. Don't get me wrong, he's still the most dislikable of the remaining gods now Vanos is dead, but it's nice to see him show at least some redeeming qualities. It's always bothered me before why the Margaret are so loyal to him, but maybe if this is the new Zamorak that we get to see, then it starts to explain why he inspires such faith. Thirdly, an Elder God is fucking dead. That's crazy. Yeah, it's Ma, both mentally and physically crippled, but still, that's big news. Also, both Seren, Zaros, and all the Margaret are permanently empowered by this. Remember, Zaros still plans to become an Elder God himself, so absorbing Ma's power, such as it is, seems like a big step towards that goal. Lastly, you learn a lot about the individual Margaret, too much to put in this video, so I'll leave you with the revelation that, despite his new power, Zemragul is still a moron. Even by the standards of the Zamorakian Margaret, who tend not to be the brightest, he is a room temperature IQ. If you're one of the 25% of people who watch my videos to completion, then, firstly, I hope you enjoyed it. I had an absolute blast making and editing this video, and I hope it shows. Secondly, if you did enjoy it, drop a like, subscribe, maybe even chuck in a comment saying what you liked or didn't like, or what you want to see in future content. I hope everyone is having a great time, and I'll see you in the next video.